Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Unfortunately, we gotta talk about some negative news as far as a new Steam release goes, and it's a game that I think was never gonna be the biggest game in the world, but you hate to see a game like Earth Defense Force 6, a franchise that certainly has a fandom, even if it is a more niche game, but a franchise that certainly could grow, but not when you're doing nonsense like this. Not when you're doing nonsense like this. Earth Defense Force 6 dropped on Steam today and is currently sitting at a mostly negative reception on Steam. 1,030 reviews, 26% positive. You might be asking yourself, why is it mostly negative right now? Well, the explanation is pretty simple. The game doesn't anywhere say the fact that you need an Epic Games Store account to play online. They only clarified that recently after they got absolutely trashed on Steam. They put out a post about sign in with an Epic Games account. For this game to enhance crossplay and online functionality, online play requires signing into your Epic Games account. We apologize for the lack of advance notice. Signing into your Epic Games is required for the first time you play online. Usually once you sign in for the first time, you will not need to sign in again. You can sign into your Epic Games account or register for an account within the game app, or you can create an account in advance and sign in. That is really the part that I hate the most, signing into your Epic Games, like signing into an account on, in a Steam game for a different platform. I swear I get signed out of these games all the time, whether it be Microsoft titles with logging in there, whether it be EA, whether it be Ubisoft games. If I don't play one of their titles for a while, for example, if I don't play a Ubisoft game for a while, which happens because it's not like I'm perpetually playing Ubisoft games all the time, I swear I get signed out. And yes, it's a minor inconvenience, but it's an absolute inconvenience. And at this point, Ubisoft Connect has offered me nothing to actually enhance the experience. It's just getting my data and offering me a minor inconvenience. I am going to be annoyed by that. EDF 6, it's egregious because they didn't give any clarification on it, especially because, let me add this, I get it that some of you guys, and I will say this as well, it's good for Steam to have a competitor. It's good for there to be other marketplaces. However, the reality is the perception of the Epic Games Store, especially for the type of audience that's gonna buy a game like Earth Defense Force 6. Who's gonna buy Earth Defense Force 6? It's not your casual gamer that doesn't care about, things like storefronts and everything like that, DRM. It's going to be a little bit more of a hardcore audience that is a little bit more in the know. They know what's going on in gaming. That's just because EDF is more of a niche game and it's targeting a different audience than, let's say, a Call of Duty would target, even though Call of Duty being on different platforms annoyed people. You get the idea. It's going to be held at an even bigger microscope, and you're annoying a consumer base that is already smaller, that you would think already have a strong affinity towards this franchise if they're checking it out for $60, and now you're kind of screwing them over. Now, that is for online play only. You can still play the game solo, but it's just like with Ghost of Tsushima Legends. However, I would say that this is way, way, way more egregious because this wasn't clarified ahead of time. Things like this have to be clarified ahead of time. It happened with the Sonic Superstars, I believe, as well, and Sonic Superstars was just a weird one where that game required, like, Epic Games connectivity, which made no sense whatsoever. And, games like this, they're never going to pop off to an extreme extent, so you want every avenue for them to be promoted in a positive light. I don't want to come on here and crap on a game like EDF 6. It's not a game that I'm going to play right away, but certainly it's chilling on the wish list, and I will buy it at a discount at some point, but you don't want a negative perception of a game like this that's already going to be, a game that's not going to sell millions upon millions of copies. Look, Ubisoft getting a negative perception with Assassin's Creed Shadows, even Star Wars Outlaws to an extent, although the Star Wars licensing fees are probably super expensive, and if that game doesn't do well, it would be disastrous. But Shadows, we know, is going to do well. It's one thing when those games have a negative perception, and, EDF having a negative perception, because I'm sure at its core, what EDF 6 offers is that same over-the-top zany gameplay that EDF fans have always liked. However, caveats like this, they should be crapped on. You don't want a studio to or a publisher to get away with something like this. And by the way, EDF 6 does have quite a bit of downloadable microtransactions, I guess you would say. This is a lot, and depending on how you define microtransactions, like $1.99 to $2.99, not great to see that, but becoming more and more of a regular thing. So, a real big bummer here with EDF6 because, again, a franchise like this, you want them to do well. And the negative reviews are just pouring in. There's a lot of people that are leaving positive reviews as well, just saying it's a great game and they don't care about the EGS drama. And that just does seem like to be the consensus. Although, somebody actually noted that, now I know people are gonna bring up the obvious issue, aka requiring to install effing Epic, but here are some actual issues as well. Game actually looks worse than EDF4. Game is locked at 60 FPS. Game has constant pop-in issues. Game has extremely slow loading screens, even on an SSD. For offline missions, the tutorial is unnecessarily slow and boring. UI is unscalable and is unnecessarily large, even on a 2K monitor. Screen tearing is constant, and there is no VSync option. There is no option to skip forced dialogue. Basically, no accessibility options at all for subtitle size or for colorblind options. There is no control tutorial for other classes with special functions like air raiders, fencers, or wing divers. Game still has major oh my god, no, not major stuttering and lag issues, even on high-powered rigs like mine when there are too many effects. Oh my god, that stuttering is just the worst. I've kind of conditioned myself to just accept stuttering in a lot of PC games. Like, I play games on fairly, competent hardware. Not even competent's not the right word, but fairly well-powered hardware, let's say that. And even in a lot of games, I don't even want to say a small amount of the times, a lot of the times I'll get stuttering. I had stuttering here and there. Wasn't a game-breaking issue whatsoever in Horizon Forbidden West, which I generally consider to be one of the greatest ports of all time, but, these are the things that just generally happen. Like, I've had really high-end PCs, and obviously you can tinker around with it and try to fix the stuttering, but like stuttering is just something that I feel like with so many different hardware configurations, it's just a reality in a lot of games. But if it's every now and again, it's fine, but it's stuttering can break an experience for me. And let me take you guys back to Hogwarts Legacy in 2023. I got an advanced access copy of that game and it was working fine, and then the day one update dropped and just destroyed my entire game, made it damn near unplayable, and I had to play through an absolute stuttering mess. It's just bad stuttering is scarring to my mind. It's just something I absolutely hate. But yeah, hopefully they drop patches to refine everything. The Epic Game Store thing, I don't think they're going to patch out. I just think it's baked into the Epic account thing, I should say, which is really going to push a lot of people away. But even more than anything, it's inexcusable to have something like that and not, illustrate that, make it abundantly well-known, especially for a $60 game. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.